What is going on, you beautiful people? DJ's here with another Advanced Wars by Web replay analysis. Today, we're continuing the tournament series, this time looking at the A Mariner Cup 5 Semi-Grand Finals. Now, for all of you that don't know, the A Mariner Cup is the premier standard tournament in all of Advanced Wars by Web. The best of the best duke it out for a chance at the crown. Speaking of that crown, today we're looking at the Semi-Grand Finals. Of the 256 entrants into the Division 1 A Mariner Cup 5, only 4 remain. And of those 4, we have DeadFS and Jtaquin duking it out. And whoever wins this matchup goes on to the Grand Finals. So you know it's going to be a high-octane, high-stakes match. Speaking of the match, this game took place on the map Shadow Drifter, a map that's been around quite a while now, I think since 2015-2016 time period. It's your standard base light, 2 base, 1 airport map with a lot of contested properties, low income too, only 17k per side. But since there's so many contested properties, oftentimes it's not just a handshake. Oh, we each get 17k. No, maybe one side has 14k, the other has 15k, sometimes 16k. So it's a very low income map. The gimmick of this map is that there's contested comm towers and basically a straight line down the middle of the contested properties, but the main gimmick is this lander here. This lander is your best friend. You do not want to keep it on your HQ. You want to use it to make this base incredibly strong. You can ferry units to the left, to the middle, to the right. It will increase your infantry capture game as well, not just for vehicles, but also allow you to capture these middle properties quite quickly early on, maybe day 3 or day 4. And also, late game, let us not forget, landers have incredible defense. They barely get scratched by most units. Only copters, artillery, and heavy tanks like medium neo tanks can actually do a dent in these things. Normal tanks are doing 0 to 1 damage to these things. So incredibly good for defensive purposes and for ferrying purposes. Another notable thing about this map is these comm towers, as I mentioned earlier. Contested comm towers, I love contested comm tower maps. A lot of the time, some people go for the corner gambit, I should say, where one player gets both of the comm towers, 20% firepower, but loses the middle. So they're down 4k income, but they're up 2 comm towers. That happens in quite a few games. I've seen it actually go both ways, who wins that matchup. So very interesting to see how this goes. But as for the players, we have DeadFS and Jtaquin. Both these players are like 1700 level players. DeadFS has won 3 tournaments already. 3 tournaments! And I'm saying there's like, you know, how many entrants are in these things, right? That's incredible. Jtaquin, on the other hand, is the 2nd highest rated player in all of Advanced Wars currently. He is insanely good. And he memes around a bit. He plays Eagle, he plays not the best COs and matchups, and he still wins. And continuing that theme, we have a tier 3 matchup, and he also memed here because I don't think Rachel is a very good pick here. We have Andy versus Rachel in tier 3. Kindle is obviously banned up to tier 2. She's incredibly strong on this map. Even in tier 2, she beats the likes of Olaf and Max a lot of the time, so Kindle, incredibly strong. So the picks here, you could choose Andy, Lash, and Rachel. Rachel maybe has a good matchup versus Lash, perhaps, but Andy is the consensus pick most times on this map. Why is Rachel bad? Well, Rachel isn't necessarily bad, but one thing makes Rachel a little worse is this lander. Why does this lander matter? Who cares about a lander? Why does that make Rachel bad? Well, Rachel's niche is our superpower. And a superpower hits the most valuable and clumped up units there is, and a lander costs a lot of money. So it is a natural magnet. So instead of having to dedicate a medium tank or whatever, you put a lander here, put it next to your base, maybe you build a tank or a medium tank or whatever. Missiles start hitting that. You use your anti-hyper upgrade, and it's like nothing happened. It basically completely neutralizes Rachel's superpower. So Rachel runs out of a few options when this lander comes into play. So when there's typically cruisers or landers, a lot of black boats on the map, Rachel and Von Bolt get worse because those missiles that target the high income units are distracted by these transport units rather than hitting the meaty units on the front line. So because of that, she gets nerfed a little bit. I don't think she's terrible. But the lander definitely, if there was no lander here, I think Rachel would have a lot more viability, I'll put it that way. And Andy is always the consensus safe pick for tier 3. There's never a map where he's bad. There's maps where he's better, maps where he's average. This, I'd say he's above average here because it's a low income map. You tech up to like a medium tank. That medium tank is going to be very hard to kill. You can weaken it up, but it's just going to hyper upgrade back. So I find that interesting. Copters are also incredibly strong here. When it is a base light map, meaning 2 bases, copters become that much more important because you want unit count. So you want to build tank, infantry, copter as many times as you possibly can in order to get those 3 units rather than just the standard 2 from the bases. So copter proliferation, Andy loves that stuff. Anyway, without further ado, let us begin this game. So in the top, in the teal boys, we got DeadFS. In the bottom, in the red, we got J-Tokwin. Who will make it to the finals? Let us see. The lander is already moving off the HQ. J-Tokwin opts not to put the infantry in there and bring it to the front line. No. He's going for this cap over here. Interesting. Will JetFS do the same thing? They do the same exact mirror. These guys are incredibly strong. They probably thought out this process before. This is like a book opening in chess, if you will. They know what they're doing. There's no weird stuff going on. Double load into the middle, double plop into the middle, immediately going for the contested properties. That makes sense. And we see the same thing going on over for DeadFS side. No real deviation so far. Everything normal. We have our first tank on the left for DeadFS. He gets the first tank for the map, and he will also not get the second tank. J-Tokwin will get the second tank and the third tank. Or actually, he won't. I don't think he will. He'll have 7k, so he won't be able to build a tank next turn, interestingly enough. Okay. Interesting. Did he skip a base over here? No, just, Maybe there's a bit of a favor one for player 1 advantage. Interesting. Anyway, J-Tokwin, interestingly enough, DeadFS built from this weak base over here rather than the strong base with the lander because the lander's out of position. J-Tokwin's probably happy to have this tank over here, to be honest, so not a big deal for him. Everything's going fine. The tank will be able to shift to the front, do its thing. Going for this comm tower slash city over here. Now these are both protected. He could have put it on the shoal over here. I might have preferred the shoal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It covers right here, and you have a little more shiftability to protect that infantry if need be. So maybe I'm more of a shoal kind of guy. But who knows? This shoal that bit. He's already on a shoal, but tank connives its way over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You could start spanking things over here. And if you hit that tank spank from here, then you also have to worry about a tank follow-up from the city. So this is kind of a little bit of a trap over there. But J-Tokwin thinks 3 turns in advance, so he's probably not going to engage over there. So instead of that, J-Tokwin will go for a free smack over there. Withdraw his infantry. It sucks, but at least he got a free hit out of it. Brings infantry over, starting to threaten these 2 infantry over there, trying to go for the contested property. DeadFS, because of that, lowered his income from 11,000 to 10,800. Why does that matter? He can't build a copter and 2 infantry now. So that extra little hit will make him base skip if he chooses to build a copter this turn. I'm sure he would have loved to build a copter this turn. He no longer can, though, without base skipping. So instead, opts for a tank. J-Tokwin on the prowl. Looks like we have the side gambit from DeadFS. He might be getting both comm towers. But J-Tokwin's looking pretty strong in the middle. I feel like a sports announcer now. J-Tokwin shifts another tank to the middle, get the triple tank threat. These tanks are very out of position. J-Tokwin has the momentum. He's losing both comm towers, but he has the middle momentum. Can he seize the opportunity? Also builds the first copter, which is also a lovely thing to have. Brings your unit count up. And those copters are very strong on this map because of all the rivers and annoying tiles. And you can also use the lander as a blocker. I think I didn't cover that enough. It doesn't die, but it's also a great blocker for artillery. So just you can block, you can try to capture this base, put the lander, or capture one of these bases and use the lander to block one side so you can't push through. So landers, incredibly good defensive unit and blocker. Looks like DeadFS is doing a little maneuver over here. Has not even captured this property. Actually, J-Tokwin hasn't either. He's about to capture this property. That's free property. No fireworks yet. We only have 1 attack so far. We see the copter proliferation. DeadFS didn't even think about building an anti-air. J-Tokwin's already onto a second copter. Going for the capture over here. Trying to overwhelm DeadFS. Will it be enough? Let's find out. Tank going over here as well to threaten this infantry. This infantry is like, what do I do now? Smack, smack, you start capping that over there. So that comm tower might not be as safe as DFS first thought. How will he respond to the super strong pressure in the front? This tank's out of position. This tank is barely in position. But he does have the comm tower on his side. Sacks an infantry in. Attacks with a tank. Boom. Bang. Not a bad defensive position right here. J-Talk could opt to attack from here, attack from here, kill a tank, double attack the mech, shift the copter over. That's also a possibility. But there's a lot of tanks now. And there's anti-air. What would J-Talk do? Instead of going for the middle, opts for the comm tower. Patient J-Talk move. I'm surprised. I thought he'd go for the tank kill, clean up some stuff, attack the mech, weaken him up. Instead, threatening this property here and threatening the comm tower. One of those is falling, most likely the comm tower. If DFS wants to be a pest, he can move his infantry right there, and then J-Talk has to take a turn, killing the infantry rather than capping. So that's a possibility right there. I don't think he's going to continue that cap. He has to retreat. Goes for the attack, does not kill, though, without the comm tower. But now, we have the double DFS comm tower advantage, and he does the annoying thing. Tank comes in, gets a smack over there. Captures up going into the belly of the beast being J-Talk right now. DFS going in. Attacking infantry left, right, and center. He senses weakness, and he's pouncing. That mech is doing a lot of work. It's protecting most of these tanks the majority of the time. Anti-air is already on the front lines, looking threatening, really wanting to take advantage of that of the double comm tower advantage. Really need to right now. Honestly, he could lose that tank. Infantry can interrupt there, so that he's not going to automatically lose that property. That's unfortunate. I don't know if that mattered too much. Actually, I think it did, because this copter really wants to smack that tank over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can't reach the tank anymore. That's actually a really big deal. What the hell? That's a very unfortunate roll. J-Talk must be fuming right now. Kills the infantry. Attacks the tank. Finally kills that sucker. But not the greatest. Kills the mech, but we'll be losing this property, which really sucks in a low-income map like this. J-Talk must be very upset about that move right there, but he's not doing too bad. He has the income advantage. Not anymore. Now he's the income disadvantage. DFS really hammering home. He has the comm tower advantage. Just hammering back and forth. And J-Talk is using this to keep a square open to attack. So not only as a blocker to prevent attacks, but also as a blocker to prevent blockers. A blocker's blocker, if you will. Now the DFS copters are getting to the front line. Builds another anti-air, because J-Talk already got the triple copter threat. Kills the infantry. Attacks into this tank. Very curious move. There must be some sort of shenanigans going on right here. Lucky Lass comes in. High level Lucky Lass with no comm towers. Will this work out for J-Talk? Let's see. Copter comes in. This better kill. Does. Interesting attack. Will this kill? Whoa. That did more than I thought. Wow. Okay. Boom. Okay, got a few tank kills. It's not attacked into this yet, though, surprisingly enough. I guess has just given up that this will attack and then he'll use the superpower. Nope, he's attacking in. He needs to get it down to 5. He'd love to get it to 4. But I don't think that's really that possible without a comm tower. These copters are pretty safe, by the way. He will be able to attack one of them, but not more than one. Because you can kill this. Anti-air kills one, but this copter will not be able to reach another one. Does not have enough squares. He'd have to clear this infantry, but he cannot clear this infantry. Very well done by J-Talk, actually. Very well positioned advantage. That's one of the best Lucky Lasses I've seen in a while. However, DFS now has in his own pocket the Andy superpower. And the thing about the Andy superpower, you don't have to rush to use it. Hold it in your back pocket. Scare your opponent to thinking you're going to use it every turn, and then just relax. Let it come out naturally. We don't rush the Andy superpowers. We just flex them. Doesn't even feel like capturing here. Could use the anti-superpower. He probably has enough power to do it and then heal this up and capture, but nah. Wow. Interesting. Interesting. Goes for the attack here. Very patient by Dead FS. Transports a couple more units to the front lines. Honestly, he's going to end the turn barely ahead in unit value. So J-Talk1 is winning in terms of the unit value, but he doesn't have the superpower, and that's the big difference. Will he be able to kill this anti-air with a tank plus a copter? Doubtful, but we'll see. He's being defensive now. Has to build another anti-air. Oh, super defensive. You hate to see it, folks. Captures over here, though. He's starting to get some captures. These are threatened now. Realizes he has this tank in the corner that's very out of position. Opts to retreat. Retreats back. Puts the lander here in order to block any shenanigans of capturing this. Dead FS probably wants to get the power this turn, honestly, just in order to get this, but honestly, he doesn't really need to worry. He's not even used the power. He's going to capture here, move down there, hit the lander, a few cheap shots on it. It's going to cost a lot of repairs because this is Rachel. Repairs 1 extra additional HP. So that lander, that's going to cost some change to heal up. So it's preventing the cap here, but at what cost? Quite a lot, like around 4K probably. And we see our first teched up unit, the medium tank from the Andy. How will J-Talk1 respond? He captures the property, so he's now ahead on income. He's going to lose that, probably going to lose that. He could do a double strike here and break through. Will he do that, though? He does capture this property. He could threaten this property as well. Combines, which you know he's going to build something wonky now. Lander over here. Decides to leave the lander here. Double lander from J-Talk1. Huh. I'm not really entirely sure what the purpose of this is other than a blocker or a meme or what, but double, I have never in my life seen a double lander on this map. I always thought one was enough. But, interesting. So the double lander, for the combined, the double landered infantry. Using it as a blocker. Oh, wow, yeah. So one blocks here, one blocks here. He's going to lose this property, though. And he's going to gain this, but very interesting. And once he captures this property, though, they will be even on income. So it's not the end of the world. But the double blocker is very curious to me. Dead FS is now ahead 3K. J-Talk1 needs to capture this property right here or this property right here to equal it up. He cannot allow this property, though. That would be really bad for him. The medium tank, look at that medium tank, just plopped right in front of his face. Like, I dare you, boy. You weaken me, and I'm just going to use my hyper upgrade, and everything's fine. Right in his face, Dead FS is flashing his medium tank. His meaty medium tank right in his face. Just dangling in front of him. Yeah, never mind. So now he's getting the push over here. He wants to push J-Talk1 back to relinquish this property. He realizes it's a dead end over here. There's no way to push through 2 lander defense. You cannot push through the double lander defense. How will J-Talk1 respond? He needs to overload over here. Remember that lander? It was like a squirrel with nuts in its mouth, you know? Hibernation or storing for later. That was just the means for funds. Just like that. Oh, 25,000 funds. That lander was just a temporary nut holder, if you will. That squirrel is feasting now. And now something big is going to come. I don't know if it's going to be a battleship. He still needs some more funds for a battleship. A Neo tank, a bomber, or what. But there's some money. That money's going somewhere. I don't know where. The bomber. He's building the bomber. That medium tank, scared for his life. Big boy bomber incoming. But J-Talk1 has to be very defensive now. I mean, I think Dead FS is going to get this quite easily, but he needs to run the hell away now. He's going to lose these units, whatever stays behind. So he knows to hide. Copter slinks away. J-Talk1 can just get this now, though. But now this has been covered. So we can't build a third lander now. No. The lander has been cut off. This anti-air says, hell no. The lander can go here, maybe, to allow a space to keep open, but Dead FS playing very defensive and builds his fighter. I mean, he's got the extra funds. Might as well flash it, right? Instead of attacking with the anti-air, attacks with the infantry. Does not get the 33% roll. 3% roll, which is, you shouldn't really depend on anyway. Builds an artillery just to make sure that this does not fall. Once you lose that port, like, G-jizzle. Like, there's not coming back from that. You build a black boat as teal or whatever, and you're never getting that back. I don't care if you have an artillery or not. You're not getting that back. This bomber. Bonk. Really wants to reinforce over here. Already reinforcing the lovable lander. Will the bomber get enough value to bring J-Taco back into this? Because he's been down 4K for a bit now. He got his comm tower back, but at what cost? Dead FS retreats. Kills an infantry. Weakens the other. He's encroaching. The fighter comes in. The fighter is already covering everything. You think this is not covered until he pops his Andy superpower, and that is covered. So this is some fool's gold right there. This is actually very, very well covered. I mean, there's 2 anti-airs too. Let's not kid ourselves. 3 anti-airs. So this bomber, ambitious. Let's just say that. I don't know what that bomber is going to do. But J-Takwin can pray. J-Takwin goes in. Kills the infantry, starts the cap. He needs that property back like ASAP. Look at this defensive positioning. And he's got 4 anti-air. My God. He needs to stop this cap, though. He's getting way too far behind on infantry. On income. The bomber blasting the other pipe seam because God knows you need it. No wiggling. When you one-shot it, there's no wiggle. It's just a boom. J-Takwin needs to think of something fast. He's rapidly going down the drain. Anti-air comes in. One-shots. Tank comes... Oh, no. Andy superpower looks like it's coming in. How much damage can be done, though? Hyper upgrade. I didn't think it was coming this turn. Copter comes in. Well, he's getting this property now. What? I thought he was using it to capture this guaranteed. No, this nut is coming in. He is attacking. Boom. Whoa. Okay, does not reach the bomber. I was about to say, woof. Very feisty, though. Whoa, that's a big boy. That's a big boy. Boom. Captures there. Blocks there. Captures the port. Ooh, even gets the roll right there. Oh, he's going to hit that artillery too. Ouch. And he's got that annoying pesky fighter blocking for its B-copter brethren. This is looking incredibly difficult for J-Takwin. He still has a lucky last, but it's going to be hard to come back from this. What can J-Takwin pull out of his sleeve? Lucky last. Let's see what he can do, folks. Okay. Sacks the copter. Kills one of his copters. Can he get the roll? Gets the roll in the tank. That's 100% dead. Killed the medium tank, but he needs to block now for the bomber not to get hurt. Kills off the tanky. Kills off an infantry. Make sure that doesn't happen. That would be very, 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 very bad. Does not get the roll there, which is unfortunate, but the tank can still finish it off. And in fact, tank goes in, attacks the anti-air. A little low roll. That's a high roll. But he can't... He can stop this. He can interrupt that. He needs to interrupt this. I mean, he can't interrupt that, but... Wow, I thought he'd do the hit here, and interrupt there, but he's not even going for the property. Really? He's going for the tank kill instead. Okay. He's going to be way down in income now. Way down in income. I mean, he's pretty high ahead in unit value now. I mean, that was a pretty impressive lucky last turn, but this is going to hurt. Boom. Bang. 8K ahead. 8K ahead. Boom goes the copter. Oh no, the bomber. The bomber. And J-Takwin doesn't get any power from all these deaths. Oh no. Oh no. And there's a second medium tank coming in. And he's gonna flex down. Plop it back on that forest. There's no big boy bomber to beat him now, but yeah. That's a it's a 33% increase in unit value. So there's some math in my head sometimes, guys. Chautauquan, he needs something to show for it. Kills off a few infantry. He needs to minimally cap this and like maybe flip the comm tower, but this is he needs to finish it off because he'll get the hyper upgrade and bring it back to life. He's unit hunting now, but I don't. Brings the infantry forward. I mean, DFS is already almost back to a hyper upgrade. Whatever you don't kill is gonna, yeah. Chautauquan resigns. Well played by both players. Honestly, I think the beginning of the end. I think this early attack had a lot of consequences. He was not able to get this comm tower. Maybe if it was on this shoal over here, you could put the tank, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right here. And if you attack there, you attack, but then he has the tank chain, like I said earlier. So even if he does do that, he will be able to strike with the tank follow-up from over there. So it's a really tricky situation. Maybe he should have prioritized rushing the comm tower like DFS did. Maybe there's just a player one advantage there. I don't know, but DFS really seized the moment with the 2 comm tower advantage. He just went nuts. He went baboonian nuts. Boom, bang, 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 bang. A lot of fighting going on. Then once it was equal, DFS is like, hey, I don't have the comm tower advantage more. I'm just going to chill. I'll hold on to my superpower when I really want to use it. He waited, like, how many turns did he wait? He could have used it this turn. Didn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He waited 5 extra turns with a superpower. That's patience. I respect that. I mean, DFS is like one of the best. So not unexpected. But yeah, those early brawls with the 2 comm towers forced Chautauquan's hand. He had to use his power spike early to keep himself in the game. He still slightly got ahead on paper, but with Andy's hyper upgrade in his pocket the whole time, threatening property. He wasn't even in a rush, man. He could have captured these properties much earlier if he so chose. But he was like, it's fine. I'll just, whatever. Hold on to it. He knew he had time on his side. There was no rush. He was ahead on income. Why would he rush these properties? Why did he capture this combined? Who cares? Oh, whatever. Didn't even capture that turn. No. Patience. That's one thing DFS has that most people don't in this game. A lot of patience. I don't have this much patience, guys. This is insane how many patience you think he's a doctor. He's got so many patience. Yeah. Well played by both players. Congratulations to DFS for advancing onto the A-Mariner Cup Finals. A-Mariner Cup 5 Grand Finals, where he will face the winner of the other match that I don't want to spoil. But yeah, I hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys were entertained. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.